If a wet dog shakes itself around these people, it doesn't seem to bother them like it does most people. They just let it roll off of them like water off a dog or a duck's back. The reason they don't mind is because they are dock jumpers. Let's go see what we can find out about dock jumping, also known as dock diving. This is an activity that has been around as long as there have been dogs jumping off docks.
This is Cross Creek Farm. It's a family farm. It's owned by me and my wife Linda. We have weekly classes Wednesday nights, and we usually have 4 or 5 or 6 dogs show up, and the dogs really enjoy this sport. They love it so much that they start barking and yelping when they're 5 miles down the road because they know they're coming here to swim and jump. He doesn't like to wait his turn either. The dogs just can't contain their excitement. This is Jack, and he's a black lab, and his owner is Max. This dog that's on the dock now is Gussie. She's a 2-year-old black lab. Okay, this is Jet. He's a male black lab. He's 8 years old, and that's his younger brother Turbo. He's 2 years old. Okay, this is Eris, a female flat-coated retriever, and Linda's the handler. Okay, this is Gia. This is Zen, the flat-coated retriever, and Monica is the handler. This is Journey, the white German Shepherd. A lot of dogs have a bad habit of jumping, we call it a flat jump, where they just go off the end of the dock and kind of nosedive right into the water. And when a dog does that, it'll usually make a pretty short jump. So we try to encourage them to get some air and to bounce off the end of the dock.
And it's nice to be able to do something with her that she really loves, and compared to all the other things we do together, she does agility, obedience, rally. She does conformation, so she does a lot of stuff. This is the thing that is the least disciplined, and she can just be a dog, and there's not as many rules to it, and she doesn't have to behave, and she doesn't have to be quiet, and so that's kind of fun.
If your dog loves to swim, loves the water, and they have some toy drive, we can usually train them to go off the end of the dock. Actually, half of the sport is training the dog, but the other half is training the handler, and the handler needs to practice their throw, because a perfect throw will usually get you a good jump from your dog. Now see that, and really the absolutely perfect throw is when the dog catches it in midair at the fullest extent of his jump, and that's really a level of perfection that you try to strive for, and there aren't very many people that can do that, but it takes a lot of practice. There you go, 2 in a row. Wow, look at that. Fantastic.
Come on, go, go, go. I'll never get 2 catches in a row ever again.
You need to work on that throw a little bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, man, she has got to work on that throw. You're ruining the dog. One of the things that's kind of neat about this sport is that even though it is a competitive sport, it really doesn't matter what breed of dog you have. We have seen almost any breed of dog that you can imagine. I haven't seen a Great Dane yet, but I've seen almost every other breed of dog participate in this sport. And it doesn't matter how far they jump. We want to see the dogs have fun. And the other neat thing about it is is they have different classes in the competition. They have different levels of jumping distance, and so your dog will always be jumping with dogs that are equal in talent. And so even a dog that can only jump 7 or 8 feet is going to have a chance of doing well in competition, as well as some of the really big jumping dogs. We have some dogs here that can jump over 25 feet, and we have all dogs all in between. They're just out there, having fun. Dogs naturally can swim, but some dogs have problems with their stroke a little bit.
Let me ask you this, what stroke is it?
Well, it will be the doggy paddle. But we notice that some dogs, when they're in the water, they don't have the trim of their body set right. They'll be up more vertical, and eventually they figure out that if you flatten out and paddle with the back end in front, that it's a much more efficient stroke. Oh, that's not allowed. Those purple and green things you see hanging there on the side of the dock, those are our distance markers. We use a color code instead of actual numbers and letters. We have never seen a dog yet that can't swim. We even had a Chihuahua out here once, and he could swim. We couldn't get him to go off the dock, but he would go out and swim.
After an exciting evening of jumping, the dogs feel their people have had enough excitement and prepare to take them home. Turbo told me the handlers rest pretty well after a busy session like this one.
Grab, I think, to come up here.
Come on, go, go, go! Come on.
Oh yeah, that is a very nice jump.